If you're not, welcome back. I have missed you so much. All right, there's always a lag, so who knows what I end up saying in the beginning. What are these baby hairs doing? Okay, welcome to the replay. If you're watching the replay, oh, you know what? Hold on, 2 seconds. Okay, I had to turn my Wi-Fi off. Hopefully we're good now. All right, welcome to the live stream. Welcome to the live show. Welcome to the replay. If you're watching the replay, I'm Tay. If you guys are new here, that's who I am. If you're not, welcome back. If I had to say that twice, sorry. Today we are talking about what to sell with your lasers, CO2 lasers to be exact. Whether you have the Xtool, the WeCreate, the Glowforge, the Eon, any other lasers that are hitting the market, CO2 lasers. I'm talking about lasers that cut all the things. Hi, Missy. And if you don't have a laser, this video may give you an idea of what you can make. Hi, Barbara. If you have a diode laser or anything smaller, you can create a lot of this stuff, but with like different materials, or you might have to make like templates. Glowforge here. Yeah, what does everyone have? If you're watching the replay, let me know in the comments below what you guys have and what your guys' thoughts are on machines. I am leaning towards the PS2 laser, the Xtool PS2, and I put links down in the description to my link tree, which has links to the Xtool. I think after all the stuff that I've watched and all the reviews I've done and using my own Xtool diode laser, I love it. I've heard great things about WeCreate, Missy. What do you like it? Do you have a WeCreate diode? I think the WeCreate does CO2 lasers, right? Hi, Penny. I have an Omtech. How do you like it? What are your guys' favorites? Did you guys start with a different brand? Did you upgrade? So I am going to talk about the things I have seen do really, really well in the laser community, and what I've seen people instantly be able to either upgrade to a bigger laser, or they just have to buy 2 lasers because they end up doing a lot of business with these things. And then I'm going to share with you guys some of the things that I'm going to be creating so I don't own a laser, but I rent lasers and I use studios that have lasers, other people's studios. And I outsource too, because I know a lot of you guys have lasers. So sometimes if I need something, I will purchase it from you guys. So I'll let you know what I'm going to be doing. So the first thing is signage for businesses, small signage. It's just something that is lucrative for your customer. So anything that you can create for somebody else to create more sales in their business, the better. And so social media signs for people who are doing in like trade shows, checkout signs, tap here signs. We have a whole category of these interchangeable signs that you can create social media signage for, whether you engrave it or mix media it, cut it with wood. So you can do these with diode lasers, but I really love acrylic signage. It's so elevated beyond like what a business can usually do for themselves. So they're often looking for more signage and more things. So that's a great anything for a small business. I'm just gonna like kind of put all that into one category. And if you're wondering, Wednesdays are my days that we chat business and how to make money with your DIYs. So that's why we're talking about this today. Shelves and shelving units. I have seen people buy big lasers so that they can do bigger things than just small shelves, like tabletop shelves. I've seen people grow into rental businesses, into like custom shelving for people who are doing trade shows, custom shelving for people who are doing just needing custom shelving. But pegboard accessories for anything that you can come up with. And if you are a graphic designer in any way, coming up with your own type of things is really good. But I will be thinking about innovative ways to offer files for people who do have these bigger lasers when I see more people in our community starting to buy bigger lasers and actually want shelving. And if you are a member, you can always request designs. And if I have a member who I know is going to be needing big shelving or displays, shelves for different things, I will spend some more time designing in that area. But I don't like to spend a lot of time like designing for what I think will sell versus what my members actually need. So reach out to me if you have some of these bigger lasers and you're like, I really want not one of a kind, because obviously our other members can use them too, but like pretty exclusive, because you know there's billions of people out there needing this stuff and there's only a few thousand of you guys in my membership. So I have an OhmTech Polar. I started with an Xtool M1 diode. So yes, once you jump into the diode lasering, you're just like, okay, I just want to do more. And then I found that more people want to get bigger. They want to go bigger. So while I love the Xtool, it's only goes so big, although it is designed so that it can cut massive sizes. So it's very versatile machine. But like if you're wanting to cut humongous plywood with your laser and stuff, there's definitely bigger machines on the market. The first one that came out so far, what I've been able to do, I love it, still learning. I have the WeCreate Vision 20 watt. Yeah, so if you can do a lot with just that small laser, then a big laser you'll be able to do even more. But I'm glad that you're finding value out of the small laser as well. I don't own any of these machines, but would love to. Which would you recommend for a first timer? Okay, Lucky, is that it? Lucky. Personally, if you are trying to start a laser business, I would jump into a CO2 laser if you are trying to sell product. The diode lasers are great for prototyping and using different materials that are like not as lucrative. But if you are wanting a laser to create money, I would go with the Xtool PS2. And it's cheaper than the Glowforge Pro. It's better than the Glowforge Pro. It does far more than the Glowforge Pro. And it's got all, I mean, even the PS, not the PS2, is a great, but it's only $300 less. And so I'm just thinking, like, if Xtool is going to expand upon their machines, they're probably going to go with their latest machines, but both machines do basically the same thing. If you want to just craft and you want to have a laser to do fun things and test sizing and test wood and things, I would say a diode. And I really love Xtool's diode laser series as well. So they do have the like tall portable one. I love that for trade shows. And it's a little bit stronger. It has 2 different lasers in it, so it will cut different materials. So that one's really good. It's a little pricey for a crafting machine, but you can definitely make money at like trade shows with it because it's portable. And then their new diode, which I don't want to talk too much about diodes in this one, but their new diode that has a inkjet printer in it, that's a really cool machine because it takes over like all of the machines that you would need in your craft space, your Cricut, your printer, all the things. So that's a good one too. A lot of people love the WeCreate machine. I have not used their brand personally, so I can't vouch for them. But I've used Glowforge and I've used Xtool, and I've put them head to head, and Xtool wins for their design program, for their the things they're coming out with, and for all of the accessories that they offer. Their accessories move up with their machines. So I really like that about them, is they're not constantly trying to like squeeze out old accessories you've purchased so that you buy new ones. They're really like good about upping what is actually needed. So I love their brand. I just like them in general. Okay, so we talked about signage, but business signage and business signage, like large business signage. People are in need of their logos cut out, their branding cut in different colors, their logo on everything. So you can put together packages, signage packages for companies that go anywhere from like, we're just gonna cut something for your wall, or you can buy a whole bundle package and we'll give you a social media sign. We'll do or throw the social media sign in for free, since you'll be cutting it out of scraps anyways if you're cutting something that big. And then just learn how to make those signs even cooler. Like, can you integrate lights into it? Can you integrate different materials into it? Can you do some custom painting on it? Or what can take your signage to a different level, where if like a brand needs a bright, vibrant sign, then another brand needs like a leathery sign. Can you do both? Try to fine tune, like, okay, if I'm gonna do signage, I'm gonna learn all the techniques for signage. And then think outside the box with like mounting the sign too. Like, can you mount it 3D off of the wall? Can you mount it onto a portable backdrop so they can take it with them to a trade show? Like, try to think innovatively with your signage rather than just, I offer signs. The more you can give a company ideas, the more they will trust you if you can deliver on that. And you could be like, let me make your sign, and then they're gonna ask you for like, what can you do? So knowing what you can do with your signage is important. Acrylic, anything, like honestly, the acrylic cutting on a CO2 laser is why most people get a CO2 laser, because it can cut acrylic. And so anything you can make with acrylic, but when making things with acrylic, you need to learn the adhesives that work with your acrylic and how to properly secure your acrylic. So that's the one thing I found with working with acrylic, is making sure that whatever glue I'm using actually works with it. We love super tight glue because it actually holds and it's amazing. But definitely, if you are working with acrylic, make sure things to make sure that you are adhering it properly to whatever you're putting it on. So I love making Mickey ears, and I guess I'll just squeeze in what I'm gonna start doing. I'm making sewing templates out of acrylic. So I want to, instead of offering the SVG and the design, which I can do to laser cutters, I am going to be also cutting on my laser those out for people who don't have a laser but love to sew, because sewing and lasers are two completely different worlds, and most the people who are coming and finding me for sewing are not interested in getting a laser. So I'm taking kind of the best of both of those worlds, and I'm going to be cutting out basic sewing patterns that people can either buy and use for their sewing patterns, or if they have a laser and they want to try sewing once in a while, they can just cut my file out. So one of the things I'm prototyping right now is this really innovative like sewing pattern that helps your fabric like stabilize and stay still while you're sewing it. So I'm really trying to like innovatively create these sewing patterns so that they're not just like a piece of a shape that you're cutting and tracing. Like, I want them to be, so anyways, so that kind of piggybacks into another thing you can use with your lasers, is tools that help people in whatever they're doing. So if they are sewing, can you create some sewing stuff for them? I'm trying to think of so like measuring tools and things that are like for people to measure. Like, if you think about anything that you buy at the craft store that's made out of acrylic already, you can make those with your laser. And then you can try to innovate those a little bit higher, put your branding on them, make them cool colors so they match people's craft rooms. That's one thing I'm trying to do, is create things that like look cool in people's craft rooms, so then when they are cutting them, or they can cut with their own colors. But if they don't have that and they want to just buy sewing patterns, or they want to buy whatever I end up coming out with, I can offer it in like bright neon colors or pastel colors or whatever, so that way it matches their craft room. And because I'm not like mass producing things, I can offer more colors and more options, or custom options. Like, if somebody's like, I want to gift a craft room set to somebody who has a purple and neon craft room, like, I can help them make that. Do earrings. These are like, I want to do a whole scrap video for things you can do with scraps, but earrings at craft shows are going like crazy. I highly suggest doing acrylic earrings, but I highly suggest getting stainless steel, surgical stainless steel grade earring posts. Like, and I only say that for personal reasons because then I could buy her earrings, but I can't wear like cheap metals in my skin. It makes me like, it just makes it irritated. So if you can get hardware that is high quality and then use acrylic, but you can also do this with wood, and you can do it with leather, and you can do a lot of things, but they cut so fast and you can do so many of them, and it's so low cost because they're so small, that the profit margin on them is really, really high. So I suggest doing earrings based around whatever theme you're going for. If you're doing a craft fair or holiday earrings, or custom listings for earrings too, because people may need gifts and they may want stuff for like their team or their kids' numbers, like to wear for sports season. I really love like and we will have files for these, like the ball. So like if it's a basketball and then you hang, and then you can offer the numbers, and then you'd have to custom cut the numbers, but you could also do so that the numbers are individual and they dangle separately. So then they can order like a 1 and a 5 if their number's 15. I did not know Super Tight works with acrylic. Yeah, Super Tight works, and I just use their one glue basically for everything, and it works amazing. But Super Tight has specific glues for specific things, and all of their glues hold so good. But they have like specific glue for acrylic and things that replace like all of the basic glues that you would use for everything else. So they're non-toxic, and they are made in Europe, so everything that they use in their glue is high quality, and they don't use any chemicals that like America's allowed to use. Just me, a random somebody, saying hello because you seem to deserve it and brighten your day. Oh, thank you, TV. Okay, so acrylic planner covers. This is like just a very targeted niche, but I love planner accessories, and so I thought making planner covers would be really cool. You could also like custom engrave people's cover. You can repurpose books. This is one thing I have seen people doing, and it is expensive, but rebinding Bibles, old Bibles. If you can cut your leather with it and then engrave something onto the front and learn to rebind a Bible, or old books too, but a Bible in general, because I feel like a lot of people they use their Bible so much. I've actually looked to get one of my first Bibles refinished, and it was like $80 to get it done. So if you can learn how to do that, that's something you could definitely do with your CO2 laser. Rentable party decor. I love this because rentable is like, it's almost a passive income. It's not passive because you still have to like get it to the people when they rent it, but you can make money over and over and over again on the things that you create. So if you are creating stuff that is big and expensive to buy, people probably would consider renting it, and especially because they don't want to keep some of this stuff all the time. So if you could create party decor, party backdrops, even just the small stuff. Honestly, like if I could pick a theme and I knew I could rent all the stuff that would cost me hundreds of dollars to do one theme for a party, if I could rent it for $100 and it cost you maybe a few $100s to create it, you would have to rent it out a few times for it to pay for itself. But it's something that could potentially make you a ton of money in the long run. And you can come out with different themes and different fun and different colors, but that's really going to take you having an eye for design. So you're going to have to come out with something that the Joe Schmo on the streets couldn't come out with, So again, we have tons of party decor files, so you can definitely start with our files, and you can create banners that are interchangeable, or if you're a hand letterer, you can pre-cut your banners and you can do hand-drawn art on your acrylic, on your chipboard, all the things that you cut out. Clear acrylic keychains and charms. We did this at Pinners. It was a huge fun thing for a make and take project. You could package these into kits, or you can do custom orders for people who need acrylic keychains for companies or events. I actually started with the keychains because I was asked to do keychains for a vendor event that she needed 200 keychains. So I was like, well, I'm gonna go rent a laser to do this. And that's where I really fell in love with the keychains, because I actually, so as we were creating the keychains, and we were sitting there like peeling all the paper and putting all the hardware on, that's when I came up with the make and take idea, because I was like, you know what would be even cooler if they got to do this and I didn't have to do it, and they got to pick their charms, and they got to, so if you could create that charm bar or that keychain bar at an event, people were paying $15 for our keychain bar, and it came with just like the hardware and a one piece of acrylic and some UV-DTF, and then and you could do it with vinyl. You don't have to do UV-DTF. You can do numbers, letters, and that's something I will be designing far more for, is like pop-up bars, because it's really why I wanted to do Pinners Conference, because I wanted to test a bar in person. And I kept getting the feedback that our bar was like the most fun make and take. And it was really because it was like customized. It wasn't like, here's your kit and go do it. It was, they got to pick, and like everybody's looked completely different. Caught you live looking for things to make for this season. Thank you. Yay. And then acrylic blanks. Those, and I'm not just talking about circles. I'm talking about blanks for anything, but really people are in need of help cutting plastic, basically. So if you can cut acrylic blanks, you can do pretty much anything. And so blanks for people, whether you kit them and you turn it into a blanks kit, or you're just selling the blanks as is, or custom blank cutting as well. Paired with UV-DTF that we order from It's Pretty Personal, you can then go crazy and come up with your own, all the things. And I do need to put this video on the internet, but there's a way to take like our clip art that we have and turn it into a offset cut file, so that you can turn it into a keychain or a blank for any size. And so you can do them large or small, and then you can order the UV-DTF that matches it, so that it lays on top of your acrylic and it's waterproof and it's full color. And you can do that with people's logos too. Piggybacking off of signage, I did a sponsor sign for that same event I did the keychains for, and I did the tappable sponsor signs. So anything you can make tappable is gonna wow people, and it's so inexpensive, because the tappable stickers that you buy, you get like 100 for $30, and I have them in my Amazon store. But you can turn anything tappable. So if you can create keychains that are tappable, you can sell those for like $30 or $40, depending on if it has their logo on it, if it has their branding on it, if it's just a basic social media, and then you program it to tap to their business. That alone is worth at least $15. Sorry. So yeah, it just keeps going and going. Like the more things you think of, the more things you can make. So what have you guys been selling and finding success in? Those were I did a lot of research on like what is working and what is trending and what is gonna be selling well, and those are definitely the things. Again, I always piggyback off of like real estate. Every real estate seller person needs gifts for their buyer, but then again, real estate, like anybody in a business, needs social marketing. And so if you can create, and again, if you have a diode, you can do this with wood. I just feel like it's a lot more lucrative to do something that not a lot of people can do. And so if you can use acrylic or leather and really take it to another level, then that's worth it. Or higher quality woods, because I know like manly wood is needed, but I don't think MDF and like the things that you can cut on your diode are high quality enough for you to charge a good amount for like a small keychain. But then really leaning into customization. So that's another whole field, but trends are saying that customization is hands down the #1 seller. And so if you can learn to put people's logos on their stuff, if you guys need a design video, let me know, and I can help you guys learn to do that. But right now it does require probably Illustrator for that. I know that there's other ones like Inkscape and stuff like that too. So I know you can do that on those programs, but I prefer Illustrator because I pay ridiculously too much for it, but I use it every day. So as I'm creating files right now. Again, that's another thing you can do. If you are engineering and you have the design skill, you don't need a laser maybe to make your prototypes, but selling files for your laser, for lasers, is definitely something that is needed. Hence why we have a whole laser group or a laser membership, because I'm going to be designing for laser cutters, because a lot of people in the laser world, for one, it's not just a flat design anymore, so you have to be designing for innovation, and then two, you have to also know how to design SVGs like that. So I'll be testing a lot of that. Questions, comments, concerns, transfers? I feel like I talked really fast today. I wish I would have done my research more about getting my S1, but I do love my S1. I just don't like that I can't do as much when it comes to acrylic. The S1, agreed, CO2 laser as big as you can afford. I wish I would have gone even bigger. Yeah, it's so honestly, like, yes, they are expensive machines, but they are the machine that is going to start you making money the fastest. Like, it's low cost to jump into a Cricut or low cost to jump into Sublimation. Sewing is very inexpensive to jump into, but sewing is a skill that not a lot of people have. So I will say that sewing is definitely a lucrative business to go into. But lasers, people need the space, they need the machine, they need the materials. Not a lot of people are going to jump into that if they need one thing, you know. So the market for selling stuff with your laser is so big right now. I don't want to say right now. I think lasers are tools that are going to constantly be used. And whether newer ones come out and bigger ones come out and better ones come out, the stuff you can do with the ones that are already out are going to be able to make you money forever. And you can see in the comments, everybody started with a small laser and then just wanted a bigger one. So I would say it is an investment. It's like $4,000 for the S2 CO2, or if you're going for the big like eons, those are like 15,000. You're going to make your money back as long as you work, as long as you do it. Oh, and I will say this, and this is not, okay, let me turn it into a business you can do though. Traveling cart logos. I know that goes into the signage, but people are starting these like charcuterie carts. I've looked into it because I'm like, I need a physical job where I'm not just sitting on my computer all day. But there's these like charcuterie carts, and people are starting them like crazy. So like these little carts that go to events, and you can order the cart, you can like buy all the supplies you need. You can buy like a kit to learn how to sell with your cart. But my thought was to turn the cart into like an interchangeable cart. So like you can offer it as like an ice cream cart, but then you can also offer it as a charcuterie cart, but like interchangeable signage for carts that you can help people brand. Like you can be like, okay, we can make you an ice cream. We can do a bundle, three signs in one, and maybe it comes with like the accessories to put on the cart so that the cart changes into an ice cream cart, and then you can also change your cart into a weddings themed cart or a Sweet 16 cart or whatever, and you can do all these like I'm thinking about our add-ons when it comes to like small paper, but like in bigger form. So our add-ons actually work really good on lasers. They're designed for paper to be small, like to go little, but you can cut those really big on your lasers. And we've got like ice cream cones, and every character we've got a theme basically around. So we've got like spider webs and cityscapes if you want to do like a superhero theme and all of that. So we have not cut them on the laser to like demo it, but just kind of think, okay, Tay's paper files work really good on big laser files. I've seen a few people turn them to life, but not like all of them. And I don't have the time to do all of them. I wish I did, but maybe one day. Maybe I'll do one for my, like, as somewhere in here, so that way I can like use an add-on in here on a laser, so I can show you guys. There was earrings are my jam, but I have been doing a lot of tumbler toppers and straw toppers. Yes, okay, I'm just gonna keep rolling as the ideas come. Small projects. Yes, you might have a big machine, but the smaller the project, the more you can make of them and sell in batches, sell in kits, sell in groups of 5 for a group craft. And I know we touched on it in the diode video, but kitting up stuff for people to do as an experience. Experiences are huge. Experiences are what people are spending their money on right now, because it's just a good thing. Like, people are learning stuff, doesn't really matter, but experience does. So if you can sell stuff that creates an experience, it's helpful. So earrings, straw charms, yes, those are fun. Caught you live. Also, those pens, everyone's making like pens, those custom pens where they like go on the top, doing like a pen bar and a keychain bar and all the things, but you're cutting all these little small things. You can do a cup topper bar. People can decorate the top of their cups. Oh yeah, I did see a question about UV resin. Maybe it got erased. Okay, I think I read everybody's. Okay, questions, comments, concerns, transfers. How's everyone doing today? If not, I'm gonna get going. I may pop in live later on District, which will also go to our YouTube channel, and show you guys or finish up my Mickey ears that I'm gonna be listing kits for, but I don't know. It just depends. I'm really like fine-tuning my template right now. All right, I'll see you guys next Wednesday for another business video. Selling idea video, business, whatever. If you guys have ideas that you want me to touch on, we're gonna talk some like debt-free business stuff and finances and startup costs and all that this year. So let me know what you guys want to know first. I need custom logo leather patches. So Clarita is in our selling group on Shop Auntie Tay, and she needs custom logo leather patches. So if anybody sells on Shop Auntie Tay, Clarita, why don't you put that in the DIY requests? And I am trying to get our laser sellers to go over there and start listing custom laser. If you just want to be a seller on Shop Auntie Tay and list your laser services, that's a great way to do that. But people are able to custom request in there what they need, and you can reach out to them and let them know, like, hey, I do that if you need that. What are the tap stickers you mentioned? So they're in my Amazon store. I was just gonna double check and make sure that they are actually in what spot they're in. But they are a flat RFID sticker that you can tap and it can go wherever you want. You can program it to go to any website, any social media, and it's super easy to do. And I have a video on YouTube. If you just look up Auntie Tay RFID, Roger Frank Ichabod Doverman. If you look that up, that video will come up, or tappable keychains should come up too. Okay, I think it's in, so I have in my Amazon store, I have a category called, oh, maybe it's under Laser Essentials. Let me see. So there's Laser Essentials. And it's not, oh wait, it keeps going. There's a bunch of stuff in that. And also there's blank leather PU tags in this. And if anybody wants to make Clarita logos, you can just get the tags already cut and you can engrave them on your diode lasers as well. Okay, so it's not in there, but I will add it to that. But also it's in the keychain bar. My Amazon store, the annoying thing about Amazon store is things like go out of stock or get replaced by a different listing, and then I have to like update it all the time. My life is so hard. No, okay, so RFID stickers. I'll go with the ones I already purchased so that way I know that's what I like. I bought the tappable stickers from you on Amazon, Tay, and it worked for me. Yeah, they're amazing, and they are so inexpensive. You do get like 100 when you buy them, so just know, like, but you can do it on anything. You can do it for your own business as well. You can make all your own tappable stuff. I think I was in the wish list thing from Dustin from Keychains Bar. How did you find that? Because yeah, because, oh, Dustin's wish list. You can see people's wish lists? Because it was a wish list for a while. Okay. But I didn't know wish lists were public. Okay, I have like a whole keychain bar wish list because I wasn't making it public when I was creating it, just in case things like came in and they were janky. But now I can't find the ones let me go in my purchase. Returns and orders. I want to add the ones I ordered. That way I make sure that they actually work for you guys. Why are they not popping up? Okay. So, oh, they're NFC tags. I don't know why they're called, why I call them RFID tags. Okay, so I'm going to add them to Laser Essentials. And that's in my Amazon store. This is my life. This is what I do all day. I just add things to different lists and move things and Laser Essentials. Okay, I want to get that done before I forget to do it because it is important. Oh, I shared the link. That's right, in that one video. I just thought I turned it into a public list though. That makes sense. Okay, well, they're in Laser Essentials now on amazon.com/shop/Auntie or it's in the link tree below. Also have links to the Xtool down there and all the things. But I will see you guys later. Bye.